Oh, for muse of truth, that we could descend into the darkest hells of our own inventions. A kingdom, a stage, a cage. Billions to act upon, billions to behold the swelling scene. Then should we truly see ourselves through the fog of our own deceptions, and at our heels, hounds. Forgive us the confines of our stage, but let your imaginary forces work. Look on us in this unworthy space and see a mirror, see you, see me, and at our heels, hounds. Fled him. Down the nights and down the days, I fled him. Down the arches of the years. I fled him. Down the labyrinthine ways of my own mind. And in the midst of tears, I hid from him, and under the running laughter. And up visted hopes, I sped and shot, precipitated adown titanic glooms of chasmed fears. With no strong feet that followed after. But with unhurrying chase, an unperturbed pace, deliberate speed, majestic instancy, they beat. A voice beat more instant than the feet.
All things betray thee, who betrayest me.
I pleaded, outlaw-wise, by many a hearted casement, curtain red, trellised with intertwining charities. For though I knew his love who followed, yet was I sore adread, lest having him, I must have naught beside. But if one little casement parted wide, the gust of his approach would clash it too. Fear wist not to evade, as love wist to pursue. Across the margins of the world I fled, and troubled the gold gateway of the stars, smiting for shelter on their clanged bars. Fretted to dulcet jars that silver room chatter the pale ports of the moon. I said to the dawn, be sudden. To eve, be soon. With thy young skyey blossom, heat me over from this tremendous lover. Float thy vague veil about me, lest he see. tempted all his servitors, but to find my own betrayal in their constancy, in faith to him, their fickleness to me, their traitorous trueness, and their loyal deceit. To all swift things for swiftness did I sue, clung to the whistling mane of every wind, but whether they swept smoothly fleet the long savannas of the blue, or whether thunder-driven they clanged his chariots thwart a heaven, plashy with flying lightnings round the spurn of their feet, fear was not to evade, as love was to pursue. Still, with unhurrying chase, an unperturbed pace, deliberate speed, majestic instancy, came on the following feet, and a voice above their beat.
Naught shelters thee, who wilt not shelter me.
I sought no more after that which I strayed, in face of man or maid. But still, within the little children's eyes seems something that replies, they at least are for me, surely for me. I turned me to them very wistfully, but just as their young eyes grew sudden fair with dawning answers there, their angel plucked them from me by their hair. Come then, ye other children, nature share with me, said I, your delicate fellowship. Let me greet you lip to lip. Let me twine with you caresses, wantoning with our Lady Mother's vagrant tresses, banqueting with her in her wind-walled palace, underneath her azure dais, quaffing as your taintless way is, from a chalice lucent, weeping out of the day spring. And so it was done. I and their delicate fellowship were one, drew the bolt on nature's secrecies. I knew all the swift importings on the willful face of skies. I knew how the clouds arise, spuming of the wild sea snortings. And all that's born or dies, rose and drooped with, made them shapers of mine own mood, or wailful divine, with them joyed and was bereaving. I laughed at the morning's eyes. I triumphed and I saddened with all weather. Heaven and I wept together, and its sweet tears were salt with mortal mind. Against the red throb of its sunset heart, I laid my own to beat and share commingling heat. I was heavy with the even when she lit her glimmering tapers round the day's dead sanctities. For we know not what each other says, these things and I. In sound I speak, their sound is but their stir. They speak by silences.
Please.
Nature, poor stepdame, cannot slake my druth. Let her, if she would owe me, drop yon blue bosom veil of sky and show me the breast of her tenderness. Never did any milk of hers once bless my thirsting mouth. Nigh and nigh draws the chase, and with unperturbed pace, deliberate speed, majestic instancy, and past those noised feet, a voice comes, yet more fleet.
Lo, not contents thee, who contents not me.
My harness piece by piece thou hast hewn from me, and smitten me to my knees. I am defenseless, utterly. I slept methinks and woke, and slowly gazing find me stripped in sleep in the rash, lusty head of my young powers. I shook the pillaring hours and pulled my life upon me. Grind in smears, I stand amidst the dust, oh, the mounded years. My mangled youth lies dead beneath the heap. My days have crackled and gone up in smoke, have puffed and burst as sun starts on a stream. And the lutenist, even the linked fantasies in whose blossomy twist I swung the earth, a trinket at my wrist, are yielding chords of all too weak it count. For earth with heavy grief so overplus, is thy love indeed a weed, albeit an amaranthine weed, suffering no flowers except its own to mount. Must designer infinite, must thou char the wood ere thou canst live with it? My freshness spent its wavering shower in the dust, and now my heart is as a broken fount, wherein tear drippings stagnate, spilt down ever from the dank thoughts that shiver upon the stifled branches of my mind. Such is what is to be, the pulp so bitter. How shall taste the rhyme? I dimly guess what time and mists confound, yet ever and anon a trumpet sound from the hid battlements of eternity. Those shaken mist, a space unsettled, then round the half-glimpsed turrets slowly wash again. But not ere him who summoneth I first have seen, enwound with glooming robes, purple-real, cypress crowned. His name I know, and what his trumpet saith, whether man's heart or life it be which yields the harvest. Must thy harvest fields be dunged with rotten death? Now of that long pursuit comes on at hand the brute. And now is thy earth so marred, shattered in shard on shard. Lo, all things fly thee, for thou fliest me. Strange, piteous, futile thing. Wherefore should any set thee love apart, seeing none but I makes much a knot? And human love needs human meriting. How hast thou merited of all man's clotted clay the dingiest clot? Alack, thou knowest not how little worthy of any love thou art. Whom wilt thou find to love ignoble be? Save me, save only me. All which I took from thee I did but take, not for thy harms, but just that thou might seek it in my arms. All which thy child's mistake fancies as loss, I have stored for thee at home. Rise, clasp my hand and come. Halts by me that footfall. Is my gloom, after all, shade of his hand outstretched caressingly? fondest, blindest, weakest. I am he whom thou seekest. Thou dravest love from thee, who dravest me.